How can you take simple close-ups with flash? In this edition of Jules Voto's Photo Focus, I will show you how. Before we get started, if you like content like this, please subscribe to my channel. Also, I plan on doing more how-to videos like this in the future. One more thing, I recently had a birthday, and my sister invited my wife, my kids, and myself over for dinner. She had her friend who was a baker make this cake. I had told her I didn't want a birthday cake, no happy birthday jewels, no candles, and no singing. So she made a photographer's cake. I thought it was pretty cool. And by the way, it was really delicious. A lot of detail in this cake, and these pictures were just taken with a cell phone. Okay, so now let's look at shooting close-ups. So this is my setup. I was using my Z8 with the Godox V1 Pro Flash with the MagMod diffuser, and that works out really well, gives you a nice soft quality of light. I also mounted the flash to the camera using the Nikon SC28 off-camera flash cord. It extends about 3 feet. Here we see it mounted on my Z6, and it allows you to get that flash off the camera. Okay, as far as a lens, I no longer have a macro lens that will autofocus with my Z8. So I use my 85mm 1.8 Z mount lens with a Velo 12mm extension tube. At its closest focus distance, it will allow you to fill the frame with a subject 4.5 inches wide. Now, I previously did a video on using the 85 1.8 with extension tubes, and I will put a link in the description below to that video. So here I am with my setup looking for a shot. So as you can see, I'm holding the flash with my left hand and my right hand is on the camera. And that allows me to control the direction where the light is coming from, either way off to the left or high or low, whatever. I can experiment with that. Now, I shot these images at Twisted Middle Sister Thrift Shop at 19 West Park Avenue in Merchantville, New Jersey. Thank you to Donna for allowing me to make these images in her shop. So stop in to see Donna and Marianne and make sure you tell them Jules said to give you a discount. So I had the camera set for continuous autofocus using a small focus box, and everything here was handheld. Now, why continuous autofocus? Well, if you're hand holding a camera with one hand, and the Z8 is not as heavy as a DSLR, but it's no lightweight, and the lens has a little bit of weight to it. And when you're doing close-ups like this, it's really impossible to keep that camera really steady, right? Even though it does have image stabilization, but we're talking about focus here. And if I had just used a single focus point, I am not staying perfectly still. So I may be moving forward and backward slightly, holding the camera. So the continuous focus compensates for that and keeps everything in focus. Wherever you have that focus box, it stays in focus. And most of these images I shot were of little figures, and I tried to keep the focus box on the eye. I was shooting at f8 at 1/125th of a second, but the shutter speed really didn't matter because it was kind of dark in there, and I would have had to really bump up my ISO to shoot by available light, and the quality of the light wouldn't have been as good. My ISO for these, by the way, was at 400, and it really wouldn't have been practical. You know, a lot of times when you do close-up photography or macro photography, you're using a tripod. It really wouldn't have been practical in the store. There's a lot of items in there. It would have been kind of dangerous, may have knocked things over, and there really wasn't enough room to set up a tripod. And being mobile, I was able to really move around, get into some small spaces, shoot high, shoot low. I was able to do this much quicker. You know, you don't want to take up too much time in someone's store if customers are coming in. So this here was interesting. This is the arm of a chair, an old chair. This is one side, and then I shot this image on the other side. So I have seen this chair before in the store, but I never noticed these figures attached to the arm of the chair. And that's something too about shooting close-up photography. You kind of, when you're looking for things to shoot close, you kind of notice these things. And when you get really close, things look totally different than they do when you're several feet away. Now, years ago, in the early 70s, I had subscribed to Popular Photography magazine. Actually, I kept my subscription up until they ceased publication. And there was an article in the early 70s. I don't remember exactly when. I don't think I still have a copy of it, but I believe it was written by Norman Rothschild, who was one of the columnists for Popular Photography, and he published an article on photography at a flea market with a macro lens. And this was an outdoor flea market, and he shot a bunch of stuff like this. So that kind of was my inspiration for doing this. I've done this in the past, but I've never done it, at least since I've been doing YouTube videos, with flash. And I figured it's going to give you a different look than if you tried to shoot them available light. And you wouldn't be able to be shooting at f8 if you're hand holding the camera. You'd have to go up to a really high ISO. So f8 gives you good depth of field, for an image such as this. Now, a dedicated macro lens would have been a better choice in this situation because with the Velo tube, I was limited as to my focus range. I would had to have added another tube if I wanted to get closer. But with a macro lens, especially that 105 2.8 Z mount lens, would have been ideal because I would have been able to get even closer and also further away if I didn't want to get as close as the extension tube let me. So a dedicated macro for stuff like this is your ideal setup, and get the flash off the camera. And if you want, you could put your camera on a monopod if you feel it'll be a little more steady, although the flash is going to stop any movement, and you are using that continuous focus to keep the subject in focus as you may move and not be real steady. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And any comments or questions, please leave them in the comments below. I always try to respond to all questions and comments. And I'm going to be doing more of these how-to videos in the future. So if there's something you would like me to do in a how-to type video, please let me know. And I usually publish a new video every Monday morning and Wednesday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. So I will talk to you then.